Good morning. Welcome to today's press conference, and we thank each of you for being present for today's announcement. It's a great day in the United States of America and our capital city, Columbia, South Carolina. Earlier today, HUD Secretary Julian Castro announced $65 million in additional rental assistance funding called HUD VASH vouchers to house veterans in our cities throughout the United States who have served our country and protected the freedoms that we are afforded by the Constitution of the United States. Since 2008, more than 69,000 VASH vouchers have been issued to provide permanent housing for veterans throughout our country. Some 88,000 veterans have been served as a result of this funding that has been received from the United States Department of Housing and Urban Development. Funds that are returned from around our country from the taxes that are paid to take care, again, those veterans who so deserve assistance from us. In the state of South Carolina, since 2008, we've had some 935 HUD VASH vouchers that have been awarded across the state, inclusive of what will be awarded today. And some $15.3 million that have come into our state to assist housing for our veterans. Today, 3 cities in the state of South Carolina will receive an additional 130 HUD VASH vouchers, totaling $720,346. This will allow us, again, to take care of well-deserving veterans and provide decent, safe, sanitary, and affordable housing for them that they can call a permanent home. Those cities are as follows: the city of Charleston, the city of Columbia, South Carolina, and the city of Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Representing the city of Charleston today, on behalf of the Honorable Mayor Joe Riley, who could not be here with us, is Mrs. Giona Shaw Johnson, the Community Development Director for the City of Charleston, South Carolina, and the Executive Director of the City of Charleston Housing Authority, Mr. Don Cameron, Executive Director. Representing the City of Columbia is the Honorable Mayor Stephen Benjamin and Mr. Gilbert Walker, the Executive Director of that Housing Authority. And thirdly, representing the City of Myrtle Beach is Ms. Sharon Forrest, who's representing not only herself as Executive Director of the Myrtle Beach Housing Authority, but also the Honorable Mayor John Rhodes, who was not able to attend today's event. Now, it's truly a pleasure anytime we're able to bring funds back to our various cities and back to our state. We want to thank Mayor Steve Benjamin for hosting us today in our capital city. I will ask at this time that Mr. Eric Bickley, our Columbia HUD Public Housing Director, join me as I'll ask our recipients to come to the front of the podium to receive their funding. First, the City of Charleston, Ms. Giona Johnson and Mr. Don Cameron. Will you please come forward?
Absolutely.
We're awarding to you today a grand total of $248,665 for you to serve our Secondly, the City of Columbia, the Honorable Mayor Steve Benjamin and Mr. Gilbert Walker. Mr. Mayor and Mr. Walker, we are honoring you today with an additional $220,899 to serve our veterans. Thank you very much. And then thirdly, Ms. Sharon Foster, representing the Honorable Mayor John Rhodes and herself. Ma'am, we'd like to award to you today an additional $250,782. Thank you very much, ma'am. At this time, I would like for each of the recipients to have an opportunity to make any comments that they feel appropriate. First, we will have Ms. Giona Shaw Johnson. Ma'am?
Thank you so much. Thank you, Mr. Neitner, for this wonderful opportunity. On behalf of Mayor Joseph P. Riley Jr. and members of the City of Charleston City Council, we want to thank HUD for its ongoing leadership on behalf of housing our veterans. There is not a more deserving population of persons in our communities. They deserve our support and they deserve this opportunity. We also want to thank our local housing authority that has done an exemplary job of housing our veterans to date. And certainly this will help us to do more. Thank you again.
Thank you, ma'am. The Honorable Mayor Benjamin.
I'm going to take that straight to the bank. I want to thank General Neitner and Eric for this presentation today, and we'll certainly send our thanks directly to the President and Secretary Castro, as well as our regional director. Whether it's a 63-year-old veteran of Vietnam or a 23-year-old veteran of Afghanistan, these men and women are indeed our heroes. When our nation needed them to place themselves in harm's way, they didn't hesitate, they didn't ask why or what's in it for me. They stepped forward to serve. And now it's certainly our job to do the same for them. In Columbia, that's exactly what we're doing with our partners, the incredible partners we have at the Columbia Housing Authority, at Transitions and Mercy, the great work that D. Albritton and others at Fast Forward are doing. Over the last year, I'm helping nearly 100 homeless veterans get off the street and back into jobs. That's why we're focusing and dialoguing as a team on how we can try and provide over $100 million in new private sector funded affordable housing for people across this community. These men and women have served our community and our nation with honor and distinction. Now it's our turn to serve them. Columbia is very proud to be a military-friendly community, very proud to be the home of Fort Jackson. Victory starts here. We're very proud to be the home of so many incredible retired veterans who are still continuing to give back to this community. Several of them standing behind me right now. We're still blessed to have the service of Colonel Craig Curry on the statewide level, be blessed with the services of Colonel Kevin Schwedo. We're in some really great times, and to have this great support from our HUD office and the continued leadership, General Neitner, of your office is humbling, and we're very appreciative. Thank you.
Ms. Forrest, ma'am.
Thank you. On behalf of the City of Myrtle Beach, Mayor Rhodes, and the Housing Authority, I'd like to thank Mr. Neitner, Mr. Bickley, and HUD for the additional funds to house the veterans. We've had a very successful program in Myrtle Beach, and this will go a long way toward housing additional families. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am. Well, again, on behalf of Secretary Castro and our Atlanta Regional Office, Regional Administrator, Mr. Ed Jennings Jr., we thank you for attending this conference, press conference today. and we wish for you a great day here in the city of Columbia and the state of South Carolina. Thank you very much. This ends this press conference.